EBVs reliably predict the performance of progeny, and a recent project further validated this claim by once again looking at the question, how well did EBVs of bulls entered into the ASBP predict the performance of their progeny? In order to examine this claim, we identified the 10 sires for each cohort with the highest EBVs for each trait and calculated their average EBV, and then repeated this same process for the bulls with the lowest EBVs. We were then able to identify the expected difference by halving the EBV difference between the average performance of the progeny by these two groups of bulls for each trait. We then went and looked at the performance of the progeny by the bulls, which enabled us to answer the question. So, two separate pieces of work have examined this approach across 6 cohorts of the ASBP, representing 243 bulls and their progeny. The results found that across the cohorts for birth and fertility traits, the EBVs accurately predicted the performance of the progeny. The first project, which examined cohorts 1, 2 and 3, expected a difference in birth weight of 1.7 kilos and observed an actual difference in the progeny of 1.9 kilos. Similarly, in cohorts 5, 6 and 7, there was an expected difference of 1.9 kilos and an actual difference of 1.5 kilos. For gestation length, remembering this is now the 10 bulls with the highest gestation length EBV compared to the bulls with the lowest and the performance of their progeny, cohorts 1, 2 and 3 found an average expected difference across the cohorts of 2.5 days, which reflected the performance of the progeny at 2.6 days. Across cohorts 5, 6 and 7, we expected a difference of 2.8 days and observed an actual difference of 2.7 days. For days to calving, an expected difference of 2.1 days was calculated for cohorts 1, 2 and 3, compared to cohorts 5, 6 and 7, which expected a difference of 2.2 days. In the progeny of cohorts 1, 2 and 3 and 5, 6 and 7, we saw the same actual average difference in the performance of the progeny of 1 day, highlighting that EBVs reliably predict the performance of progeny for birth and fertility traits.